Marley sends 4 of its 6 Titan shifters to infiltrate Paradis Island and recover the founding Titan at the start of the series. But don't you think it would have been smarter for Marley to send some experienced people instead of some mere children? Eren is swallowed by a pure Titan, and while it doesn't kill him immediately, it does bite off his entire arm. However, don't you think the profound blood loss should have caused Eren to pass out and ultimately be eaten? Attack on Titan may be the best anime of this generation, but it still has many plot holes and unanswered questions that were not addressed in the anime or by the author. We have found some interesting plot holes in the anime as well as the manga that will blow your mind. But before starting, keep in mind that this may contain spoilers, so with this spoiler warning, let's start. The people of Paradis and Marley have been separated for 100 years, ever since King Karl Fritz used the founding Titan power to conduct a war renouncement vow, erase the memory of Eldians on Paradis, and create the 3 Titan barriers: Maria, Sina, and Rose. It is difficult to suppose that there will be no noticeable shift between the language and accent of Marleyans such as Reiner, Annie, Ymir, and Bertholdt when they join Paradis and the Survey Corps, especially because the series identifies Sasha's rural accent even though she is from Paradis. The Marleyan invasion may have sounded weird. And in Utgard Castle, when Ymir reads the Marleyan writing on the canned herring, it is apparent the residents of Marley at least speak, read, and write in a language different from the original Eldian. Don't you guys believe it is difficult to build a totally new language within only 100 years? Moving on to the next one, when Eren was a child, he protected Mikasa from 3 kidnappers who aimed to sell her off. While Eren kills 2 of the kidnappers, the third almost strangles Eren to death until he is freed by Mikasa, who awakens her Ackerman strength. The Ackerman family was founded to guard the king of Eldia and had superhuman skills, which explains how Mikasa protects Eren throughout much of the story. But before Eren inherited the founding Titan, Mikasa should neither have been able to activate her bloodline instincts nor felt obligated to defend him. While Eren holds the ability to influence other Eldians throughout time, as is shown with Grisha Jaeger and Eren Kruger, this capability shouldn't have touched Mikasa. Next. In Attack on Titan, it is believed that when a Titan shifter leaves his or her Titan body, it will gradually dissolve as it is removed from the host. This is observed several times throughout the attack by Warhammer, the Beast, and other intelligent Titans. However, this doesn't happen with the Colossal Titan. In its initial appearance, the Colossal Titan destroys Wall Maria in the Fall of Shinganshina arc, and then the body departs. Similarly, in the second confrontation in the Battle of Tross District, the Colossal Titan departs quickly before Eren slices its neck. What's the reason behind Bertholdt's capacity to disappear? This isn't even noticed when Armin exits the massive Titan body after killing the Marleyan naval fleet. Allow me to tell you guys about one of the most fascinating sights of the series, namely the Titan transformation, when apparently lightning strikes down and light wraps the host's body in a flash, causing near shockwaves. Typically, when this occurs, all nearby humans are blasted back as a consequence of the collision. Given the power this change produces, it is impossible to imagine that the host preserves all of their material goods throughout a transformation. This is important because at several points in the story, a Titan shifter's ability to keep items in their hands, such as Eren and the key to Grisha's cellar, or Annie, Bertholdt, Reiner, and the omnidirectional mobility gear is critical to their mission success. As we all know, Reiss's primary purpose was to retrieve the founding Titan and restore it to the royal family. He just seeks Historia since Grisha murdered all of the royal children, leaving Rod with no other alternative. Historia is therefore merely a means to a goal for him. In the Titan tunnel before Reiss Church, Rod has abducted and chained Eren and is waiting for Historia to inject herself with the Titan serum to consume Eren. When Historia rejects him, or even before that, Rod could have simply forcibly injected Historia like Marleyan troops did to Eldians. Dina Fritz demonstrates that if royal blood Eldians are injected with Titan serum, they will become pure, mindless Titans. Why didn't Rod just inject Historia? He demonstrated no doting fatherly traits. Therefore, it is impossible to assume he cared about Historia's best interests. Do you know what's more terrifying than Eren's imaginably long wait? It is Ymir waiting 2,000 years for someone to halt the cycle of the giants. As the inventor of the Titan route, Ymir is able to affect any and all Titans throughout time, including Eren. Furthermore, she is not bound by the war-renouncing pledge that influences royal blood Eldians such as Zeke. It is claimed that Ymir fell in love with the first King Fritz, and because of this passion, she offered her life and legacy for the king. However, it is apparent what altered this. Ymir chooses to stand with Eren, who apparently carries out her plan to eliminate Eldian agony. But given Ymir's skills, why didn't she inspire an Eren-like persona decades earlier? Let's talk about one of the most loved arcs in Attack on Titan, the return of the Shinganshina arc. At the conclusion of the Return to Shinganshina arc, Eren and the Survey Corps survivors are recognized as heroes by Queen Historia. When Eren touches Historia's palm, he learns the truth about how to access the entire Founding Titan's abilities and glimpses the future. There were several chances for Eren to rid the planet of Titans before and even during the rumbling, so why didn't he simply do it? He proceeded on to conquer Marley and wait 4 years before commencing the conflict with Zeke. Even when the rumble ceases, Eren continues to battle until he is vanquished by Mikasa. With Eren's vision and 2 royal blood Eldians at his disposal for numerous years, he had to know how to erase the Titan ability from Eldians for a long period of time. In Eren's combat against the Warhammer Titan in Marley, the other Titan shifters are horrified to witness Eren morph 3 times so that it looks undoable. Also, Eren gets penetrated by the Warhammer numerous times and yet manages to fight off the deadly strikes. Finally, once Reiner and Annie and Bertholdt invaded Paradis, they took turns using their Titan abilities to make it safely to the walls, while Grisha accomplished this lengthy voyage alone. Quite perhaps this might be described as a unique ability of the Attack Titan, or another interpretation is that Eren's strong will allowed the Attack Titan to transcend its boundaries. As AOT fans, we all know that when a regular Titan eats one of the 9 Titan shifters, their appearance completely changes, right? Do you remember Ymir? Not the one with royal blood, but the one with the jaw giant from the Scouts. Seeing her being transformed into a Titan in Season 2 was truly a jaw-dropping moment for us, right? But going a little behind, as she ate macaroni, why didn't she change? Why was she still the same? To be honest, the Jaw Titan of Ymir appeared pretty terrible, but when Porco ate Ymir, he completely changed. Maybe the creator wasn't aware of the backstory behind Ymir's Titan. Back in time, while Reiner, Bertholdt, Annie, and Marcel were camping in Paradis, they were assaulted by a Titan, and we all know it was Ymir. Ymir attempted to devour Reiner, but it was a terrible day for Marcel, and instead of eating Reiner, Ymir ate her. And if the Titan eats a Titan shifter, it does turn back into a human form. It means that Ymir also could have turned back into her human form, but instead of quarreling with Ymir over the Jaw Titan, Reiner, Bertholdt, and Annie rushed away. Imagine how different the scenario would have been if they had taken the Titan back from Ymir at that time. Maybe being youngsters, they went through a pure wave of panic, which prompted them to rush away from the circumstance. Don't you guys think that it's unusual that Marley didn't send the Titan with Reiner's group? As we all know, the Cart Titan is able to pick up massive weights and could even travel in her Titan form for a very long period of time. Don't you think it would have been simpler if she had just brought Reiner's group to the walls and then returned? This would have saved them time and prevented Marcel from being devoured by Ymir. The only explanation I can think of is that maybe at that time, Marley was planning to initiate a war against many other nations, and for that, Cart Titan would come in handy, of course. Remember when Historia punched Captain Levi? Many of us were thinking like this: what the hell? But why? Let me tell you why. So according to the Attack on Titan manga, Historia did not want to become the queen of Paradis Island, but Captain Levi strangled her and forced her to become the queen. After that, she was instructed by someone that she should hit Captain Levi to take vengeance. So now you know why she struck him after becoming queen. But just like you guys, even I'm asking why they didn't add that scene in the anime. The time when Reiner, Annie, and Bertholdt were dispatched to Paradis to fight the walls when they were just 12 years old. Don't you believe Marley should have sent someone to oversee them and check if they were successful in the mission or not? It would be possible that Marley felt confident for them because of the training they had gone through, and no doubt the Titan talents they had actually demonstrated as an overhand for them. And with this, I've covered most of the story holes in the anime. Let me know if you spot any more plot holes, as I would be eager to hear them. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.